Hi, Otters. So this week has been quite interesting. I had started putting on advertisements to attract people that I don't know to use my app, and yeah, so it's quite interesting because like this is my first time really looking into how to properly put ads on Facebook, and there are some there's a lot of learnings, and I do find Facebook impressive in a way that they collect everyone's data, so that it's really useful when it comes to targeting my audience. And there's a trending strategy that's even to be applied, which is called like very broad targeting, as in because the algorithm of Facebook is so good that you don't even need to specify which age are you targeting or what interest. The algorithm will figure it out. That's a trending strategy, apparently. I tried it, but I think I actually probably know my users better. So yeah, the one that I manually set up actually has better performance. But at the same time, Facebook is quite interesting as in they have this flexibility that you can just try and test out. The platform can just you can just feed the platform with all the content or visuals that you have, and then leave it to the platform to work out which combination is best. And once they identify the best one, they will try to allocate most of your budget to that specific combination. So I find it quite powerful, and it kind of relieves a bit of stress on my shoulder, knowing that I don't need to have a perfect advertisement. I just need to put in the content that I want, and they can create things accordingly. So that's quite impressive. And I have been I made a decision as in to begin my ads with Taiwanese people as target. So apologies to those English speaking friends, of which I eventually do want to make this platform cross border, but for now to have it up and running and for me to further test out the logistic, as in whether it works out the way that I first intended to work out, and then it served the purpose and goal that I wanted to serve. I kind of need to have this traction build up, and for me to start this platform with bilingual, although that's the event the goal eventually, but for now, if people saw post in other language, they will just feel like, okay, probably this platform is not for me, and they don't seem to have the patience to go through them. So to avoid that, I may need to that made me decide on putting on ad focusing on Taiwanese, of which includes people in Taiwan, but also people abroad that's Taiwanese. Not so, but again, I'm not trying to exclude other people. It's just that I need to build a crowd attraction so that I can keep on developing and get user feedbacks, and further develop the app to its to fulfill its utmost potential, at least for potential for current stage. Later on, then I will try to see how I can make it happen to have this platform cross border, which is the goal. Yeah. And since I start putting ads, there are quite interesting conversations, and I'm glad to see that it's it's serving the purpose that I intended to achieve. I do see that people feel it's safe to really share things that they want to share yet hesitant to share publicly, or something very personal that they don't feel comfortable to speak out in public. I do feel like they find this a haven for them to vent, but then also to try figure out a solution. So I find it all quite positive, based on which is my intention when it comes to the design. So I'm very pleased, to be honest. To date, there are 55 posts, of which include some of the friends who tested out before I put on ads. So 55 posts, and follow on with 230 chats among those chat posts, and then 1,100 message sent within this chat. So I do find that people get to know how to use this platform better, following the feedback that I got before on how to make it clear on how to use this platform, what's the purpose, and I do appreciate those who share this feedback with me, because I think people kind of get to have a better idea when they start using it, as in what is the goal of this platform and what can they get from this. So thank you very much. Thank you all very much thank those who provide me those feedback very much. They are precious. And I'll encourage people who tried before to come back to the platform, give it another try, because now there's more people, and I do see that people are quite excited. So perhaps they have replied your post, but you're not aware. I do hope that they will. Yeah, I do find the reply that I got in general quite useful, and a lot of people surprised me, as in I would never have guessed it, or I wouldn't. I couldn't find another way to possibly. I wouldn't imagine another way for me to possibly meet this kind of people, simply just following. Because I wouldn't be able to find it, but through this app, simply put on the post that I'm really curious about, and then I can really get passionate people replying me with their thoughts and really trying to help out. So yeah, I'm quite pleased, and I'll still need to see how it goes. I'm still slowly pushing it, not trying to just put it out there, because there are still a lot of things for me to iron out. I still need to get more familiar with how to tackle, for instance, some errors in the back end, which will affect my user experience, but also I'm still not quite familiar with the whole interface of this back end error crashlistic platform. There's still some lingos that I need to figure out, or it's just the structure, whatever. But yeah, all good for now. So the upcoming week, I will try to figure that out, and also start thinking of my development 2.0 with some additional features, and have some interviews with some early adapters who seems to be enjoying the app, just so that I can get some feedback, but then also to verify some stuff and to have a better idea what kind of additional features that will be helpful. Oh, and also I'll be running a new, not really new, a refined version of my ad campaign following the ad I put last week with the data that I can get from Facebook. I think I got to get a better idea, and it's quite interesting that if you want to, based on the data at least, if you want to get impressions, as in kind of gain awareness, iOS devices might be a better option. But when it comes to asking people to do actions, Android people, on the other hand, have a higher rate to do so. So although my ad have higher impression counts among iOS devices, yet my app, like more people install my app, more users with Android device end up downloading my app, even though they have lower impression counts. So that's interesting. And following that, there's still a lot. There are some learnings as well, which I figure out. I was just looking through this day. That I'll try to implement it and see how it goes. So, thank you guys, and see you next week.